Well, hello, sunshine. As you know, it's countdown to Faithpreneur Weekend 2020. This is going to be the most amazing of our 3 years doing this conference. This virtual experience is blowing my socks off, even in the planning stage. So I'm so grateful to God that He would trust me to do this work, and so honored that I have such amazing people in my life that I get to celebrate. So some of you met them at our virtual press conference, and because they're all bosses, bad to the bone, schedules are always going to be a challenge with getting everybody at the same time. But I'm so pleased that we get a chance to talk with a few more of my honorees. And right now, I am bursting with joy because this award is our Faithpreneur International Corporate Pearl Award. This award is named after my grandmother. This award means so much to me because it's that faithpreneur, not just necessarily women and men. If you know me and you follow me, we're 90% women, 10% men. Can't forget my men. But my faithpreneurs who are still in corporate America or working a 9 to 5, looking to add other verticals to their income, another stream of economy, so that they can retire the way they desire, right? So this award really represents the way my grandmother wanted to build and do, and she didn't have all the resources, she didn't have access and opportunity, she didn't have everything that I am blessed to have today. So I know I'm the recipient of her prayers. I'm the recipient of every blessing she asked God for her future generations. So this award is going to people in my life who I know hold high the standard of faith, who understand that there's no compromising putting God first, and that they have not only achieved the top of the ranks in corporate America, but they also are brilliant enough to add other streams of income. So our first recipient last year was one of my dear mentors and friends, Dr. Sid Marshall, and she is just beyond amazing. The CEO of the Dallas Mavericks, she retired senior vice president, AT&T. I mean, the list goes on and on about her resume. And when she found out who this year's honoree was, she was so excited to hear that as well, because we both love this individual. She's assistant vice president of diversity and inclusion at L'Oreal USA, but she's also a knitter. Yes, something that you wouldn't really put together in the diversity world. But besides all of that, she's one of my praying partners. She is my true ride or die sister. She is someone that leads the way in diversity and inclusion in corporate America. I'm so blessed to know her and to be able to call her my sister and friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the beautiful and the talented Cecilia Nelson-Hurt.
Oh my goodness, I need that intro everywhere I go. So other people need to follow along. I am bursting right now because you, in that intro, touched upon so much. First of all, the grandmother connection is strong, right? So coming from grandmothers who were, it's amazing that my grandmother had good looking knees for the amount of time that she spent on her knees, right? One of the things that I said when my grandmother passed away and we cleaned out her apartment, and my grandmother had lived there for a number of years, I was like, whoever moves into this apartment is going to feel the energy of being in her, because her apartment was her prayer room. She prayed in every room. And so I love that. And of course, adore Cynthia Marshall. So to follow in her footsteps, right? Just to be surrounded by greatness, I have no choice but to elevate and be great. I don't have an option. So I'm super excited. And last year was amazing. And I think the virtual is going to be even more engaging because it'll allow us to truly have everyone who couldn't come in person really have the opportunity to participate. So I'm beyond excited.
Well, we are excited to have you. Thank you so much for saying yes and for supporting and being a part. And as we close out our conversation, just a little snippet of what we'll be celebrating at the event. What's the most important thing to you when you think about faith and legacy, and especially in the times that we're living in now? You work in diversity and inclusion and, really the need for equity and access. What would you share?
Thinking about legacy and faith, it is interwoven, right? So for me, it's the legacy, as I mentioned, so my grandmother I am her wildest dream. I am the fulfillment. Me and my daughter are the fulfillment of her dreams. And coming from a family that migrated from other countries, so my great grandmother migrated from from Jamaica to Panama, and then my grandmother migrated from Panama to here, right? And there were jobs that she couldn't get based on the timing, what was going on in society. And so for me, every day, every accomplishment that I have is a fulfillment of her dream. It's the fulfillment of her sacrifice. And so legacy is really how I live my life, right? Being able to touch, move, and inspire other people is something that I strive to do. So wherever I go, my prayer is to leave an impact. And that's where my faith comes in, because my faith is strong. And so particularly right now, the conversations that we're having, it's tough in these moments. And so, leaning on Psalms 46, God is with her and she will not fail, right? And leaning on Ephesians, like, now unto him who's able to do exceedingly and abundantly. So I keep those prayers as my mantras. And so as I'm moving through these environments and having opportunities to have different audiences and different minds that I can touch, so hearts that I can change, I go with my prayer first. And my first prayer always is minimize me and maximize God, and let them truly be able to see the light that shines in me, so that their soil, so that their minds and hearts are fertile to receive what I have to offer.
Awesome. And that's why I love you. And before you go, tell everyone a little bit about what are you doing with all that yarn?
What yarn? No, joking. So I, and this grandmother again. So my grandmother and my mom were all textile women. So my grandmother was a seamstress. She was a seamstress in St. Luke Roosevelt Hospital. She taught me how to crochet as a child. I learned to knit as an adult. And so knitting is how it's my zen, it's my hobby, but it's also how I'm connecting in a global capacity. So I'm able to, I say I'm knitting the world. So I'm traveling the world, experiencing different people, but I'm also using diversity and knitting to bring it together to have conversations. And so this is my passion. These are my most recent projects, the twins. And it's important that we have a passion and a purpose. And I'm so blessed that my passion and purpose have aligned so closely that I can truly knit together. See what I did there? And curate this experience. And so, yes, I am a knitter, I'm a traveler, I am a woman of God, a faithpreneur, and honored to be your sister girl.
Well, we are honored to have you, and there'll be ways that people can invest in these creations, because that's part of the vertical that she is adding to her portfolio. So congratulations on being our 2020 Corporate Faithpreneur Pearl Award recipient, and we can't wait to celebrate with you in a couple of weeks.
I can't wait. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I'm counting the days.